Yaakov returns to the town where his grandfather's servant made a match for his parents. As discussed in chapter 24, the commentators zero in on how evil they see Lavan, but the text does not match this vitriol. Rivka, who lived with her brother, would have known about his evil ways. Yet, she tells her son to seek safety in her brother's home. Yitzchak also wants Yaakov to seek out one of Lavan's daughters as a wife. Verse 10 emphasizes the fact that Lavan and Rivka are related. The phrase, his mother's brother, appears 3 times in just one verse. Pasuk 10. Vayhi kirot Yaakov et Rachel bat Lavan achi imo, ve'et son Lavan achi imo, vayigash Yaakov vayigal et ha'even me'al pi ha'be'er, vayashak et son Lavan achi imo. This familiarity matches how Lavan reacts upon hearing that Yaakov has arrived. Pasuk 13. Vayhi kishmo Lavan et shema Yaakov ben achoto, vayaretz likrato v'yechabek lo v'yanashek lo v'yalveu el beito v'yasaper Lavan et kol dvarim ha'ela. And it was when Lavan heard the name of Yaakov, the son of his sister, and he ran to greet him, and he hugged him, and he kissed him, and he brought him into the house, and he told Lavan everything that had happened. The commentators spin this reaction to say that Lavan remembered the riches that Eliezer brought and expected an actual family member to be fully laden with gifts. When Yaakov appears destitute, Lavan kisses him in order to see if he's hiding any jewels in his mouth, and hugs him to see if he's hiding any jewels in his coat. This is quite a reading of verse 13. A simpler reading is that Lavan is excited to see his nephew, whom he had never seen. Lavan only had a few hours to say goodbye to his sister, and now his long-lost nephew has arrived. His reaction does not seem out of line, given the circumstances. After staying with Lavan for a month, verses 14 to 15 show that Lavan is the one who approaches Yaakov about a payment plan after Yaakov has been working in Lavan's house for free. Pasukim 14 and 15. Vayomer lo Lavan, ach atzmi uvasari ata vayeshav imo chodesh yamim. Lavan says to him, "You are my flesh and blood, and you've lived with me for a month." Vayomer Lavan Yaakov, achi achi ata. You are my brother. Vavaratani chinam hagirati lima maskurecha. And Lavan said to Yaakov, "You are my brother. You have worked for me free now for a whole month. What is your going rate?" Yaakov in turn is the one who offers to work for 7 years for Rachel. Lavan accepts and is happy to have his daughter marry his nephew. The more complicated part is Lavan switching Leah for Rachel. His reasoning does not make sense at first, but maybe it does, that the rule of the land is the oldest daughter should marry first. Perhaps he had hoped that after 7 years, Leah would find someone. In any event, he gives his maidservant as a gift to both daughters, and then allows Yaakov to marry Rachel after only a week, and not wait for another 7 years. If Lavan's intention was simply to trick and torture Yaakov, he would have made him wait the full 7 years again. The bottom line is that except for this one action, everything else that Lavan does in this chapter does not seem so bad at all. More on this in the next chapter.